Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where I show you how to cook delicious meals on a budget. Today we're doing something super fun and super challenging. We are going to see if you can actually cook meals for an entire family for only $1 per serving. So that means I have to come up with 3 different meals, one for breakfast, one for lunch, and then one for dinner, and each one has to be around $1 per serving and feed my entire family. I'm so excited. Let's get started. So since we are on such a tight budget today, I went to my local supermarket and I picked up a bunch of different items that are really cheap and affordable, but also very filling and good for stretching your dollars. And I got all my go-tos like tons of rice and beans, frozen mixed veggies, pasta, eggs, and some other goodies. Now, I know that $1 per serving is a really tight budget, but I'm going to try and make it work by using ingredients that don't cost much but are also really filling. So things like rice and beans, eggs, and frozen veggies. These are all staples that are affordable and packed with nutrients. Let's see what I come up with. So now that I have all my ingredients ready to go, I'm going to start prepping for breakfast and to start off the day on the right foot. For breakfast, I'm making an egg and veggie skillet. Not only is it delicious and satisfying, but it's also a great way to use up some of those extra veggies you may have lying around. And it's super easy to make. The best part about this dish is that it's incredibly versatile. If you don't have all the veggies that I have here, don't worry. Feel free to use whatever you do have on hand. Now, to begin, I'm going to chop up 2 medium-sized potatoes and also half of a large yellow onion. Once the potatoes are diced, I'm going to heat up a tablespoon of oil in a large skillet over medium heat. Then I'm going to add in the potatoes and cook them until they're nice and tender. This should take around 8 to 10 minutes. While the potatoes are cooking away, I'm going to dice up a bell pepper and toss it into the pan along with a tablespoon of butter. This will give the dish a nice rich flavor without adding too many extra calories. After another 5 minutes of cooking, I'm going to crack 6 eggs right into the mixture and season it with salt and pepper. Then we're going to cook this on low heat until the eggs are set. You want to make sure that you stir occasionally so that the eggs cook evenly. This is almost done. Now I'm going to crumble in half a block of cheddar cheese, and once the cheese has melted, we're going to take it off the heat. And this is our quick and easy egg skillet. To serve, I'm going to divide everything up between 4 bowls. And this is what everyone's getting for breakfast. Before we dig in, let's do a quick price check to see how much this meal actually cost. The potatoes were about $1, the onion was $1, the bell pepper was $1, the eggs were $2, the butter and the milk were both about $1. So in total, this meal cost just $7 for 4 servings. That means each serving costs just 87 cents. Now that's what I call a budget-friendly breakfast. All right, so our egg skillet was a hit, everyone loved it, and now it's time to move on to lunch. But before I tell you what we're having for lunch, I need to do a quick price update. So far, our egg skillet costs just 87 cents per serving. That leaves me with $2.93 for the rest of the meals. So I've got to make sure that the lunch and dinner recipes are really cheap. Okay, so for lunch, I'm making one of my favorite meals, a rice and bean bowl with a simple garlic and herb sauce on top. It's not only super tasty and nutritious, but it's also incredibly cheap to make. And it's so easy that even a beginner cook could whip it up in no time. Plus, it's a great way to use up some of that leftover rice you may have from dinner the night before, and it's perfect for meal prepping. All right, to make the rice and beans, I'm going to start by rinsing a cup of rice until the water runs clear. Then I'm going to boil the rice according to the package instructions. While the rice is cooking, I'm going to drain and rinse a can of black beans and a can of pinto beans. Next, I'm going to heat up a tablespoon of olive oil in a saucepan over medium heat. And once the oil is hot, I'm going to add in half of a yellow onion and 2 cloves of garlic. Now we're just going to fry this off until the onion is nice and translucent. After that, I'm going to add in the drained beans and season everything with salt, pepper, and cumin. And now we're just going to fry this on low until the flavors meld together. After about 10 minutes, I'm going to turn off the heat and stir in half a cup of chopped cilantro. And that's it. Our bean mixture is ready. Now I'm going to fluff up the rice and then divide everything up between 4 bowls. I'm topping each bowl with the bean mixture and then a dollop of the cilantro lime crema. And this is what we're having for lunch. Let's check the prices real quick. So the rice was $1, the beans were about $1, the onion, and garlic were $1, the cilantro was $1, the olive oil was $1, and the crema was $2. So in total, this meal cost just $7 for 4 servings, which means each serving costs just 87 cents. And that means so far our entire day of eating has cost just 1.74 per serving. So we're well on our way to reaching that $1 per serving goal. Okay, now that we've fueled up on some rice and beans, it's time to move on to dinner. And for dinner, I'm making a super comforting and flavorful pasta with a tomato and veggie sauce. This dish is not only cheap and easy to make, but it's also a great way to use up some of those frozen veggies you may have on hand. Plus, who doesn't love a good pasta dish? To make the pasta, I'm going to bring a large pot of salted water to a boil and then add in a pound of penny pasta. I'm going to cook the pasta according to the package instructions while I get the sauce started. In a separate saucepan, I'm going to heat up a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter over medium heat. Once the butter has melted, I'm going to add in 2 cloves of garlic and cook the garlic until it's nice and fragrant. Next, I'm going to add in a can of crushed tomatoes and a can of tomato sauce and then season everything with salt, pepper, and oregano. Now I'm going to bring this to a boil, but then I'm going to reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. While the sauce is simmering away, I'm going to prep some veggies to add to the sauce. So I'm going to dice up half of a yellow onion, a carrot, and a celery stalk, and then I'm going to chop up 2 cups of frozen spinach. Once the spinach is thawed, I'm going to squeeze out any excess moisture and then add it to the sauce along with the other veggies. And now we're just going to cook this until the veggies are nice and soft. Now that the pasta is cooked, I'm going to add it directly to the sauce and toss everything together. And then I'm going to serve it up with a sprinkle of cheese on top. And this is what we're having for dinner. Let's check the prices. So the pasta was about $1, the sauce was $1, the tomatoes were $1, the garlic and onion were $1, the butter and olive oil were both $1, the carrots and celery were $1, and the spinach was $1. So in total, this meal cost just $8 for 4 servings. That means each serving costs just $2. So there you have it. All 3 of our meals combined cost just $23. That means we made it. We did it. We successfully made 3 delicious meals for an entire family for just $23 or just $1 per serving. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this extreme budget challenge episode. And if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below if you could see yourself trying to eat on just $1 per meal. I definitely had fun with this one, but it was super challenging. Now I'm curious to hear from you. What are some of your favorite budget-friendly meals? Do you have any tips for eating on a tight budget? Or what kind of videos would you like to see me make in the future? Just leave a comment down below and I will try my best to respond to as many people as possible. And lastly, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because I post new budget cooking videos every single week. And if you want more fun budget challenges, check out the playlist here. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.